Thursday, the 22nd of July 2011. Welcome to the garden. Yes, we're in the garden today. Chris Reardon with today's United Kingdom talk. And emails today, first of all from Phil, who I haven't heard from for ages and ages. Hello, Phil, who says, "Hi, Chris. Just started catching up with a few of your 10-minute shows, and they're great. I'm glad you like them, Phil. I'm glad you're enjoying the new format. Listening to Lil's baking powder, bicarb of sober tips, and the rocket with vinegar is probably not as good as using cheap cola." Yeah, do you remember that show a couple of weeks ago where Lil sent in this thing, and apparently you can make a rocket out of an old plastic bottle, some vinegar and baking powder, and Phil was saying that cheap Coca-Cola works well. He says the bicarb of soda should work a lot better reacting with the fizzy carbon dioxide than the vinegar. However, if you have a part... Oh, you coming up, Katie? Coming in, darling. Up you come. Here. However, if you have a partly blocked drain in your sink, then bicarb and vinegar works well as well. So that's worth knowing. I don't think... Have I ever had a blocked up drain? I don't think I have. I've had blocked up toilet. Do you know what I mean? When you... when you put down too much toilet roll and it blocks up. Do you remember I had that not last January, the January before, my main sewer cover at the front of the house kept coming up with water every time I flushed a drain. Oh, it was dreadful, but I fixed it myself. Yes, see, I could do plumbing as well. I'm glad your cat's keeping you in check. Yes, indeed she is. She just actually jumped onto my lap. And having a good bite. Yeah, she was biting me the other day, wasn't she? And Ronnie was highly amusing. We need more of him. Even my wife was highly amused with those two shows. I think he's right about you not washing, as you've admitted it on a recent show in the Mirrorball studio that you pong a bit. Well, it is true. It is true, actually. Do you know, it's starting to rain. We might have to move inside. Oh, God. It's been all right today. It's just held off. There's just a little bit of sparkle coming down. I don't know. He says, you've even done a show from your kitchen, but that clock you won on eBay that you promised you would show wasn't on view. I'd still like to see it. Oh, I keep meaning to show you that. Sorry, Phil. Keep up the good show and don't eat too many Yankee beans. As you've already mentioned, Ronnie hates you passing wind in his car. You'll be the worst. They never got her. Joy sent beans, and they never got her, unfortunately. Oh, one other thing you mentioned about the price of electricity. What you worried about? You have solar power. It's not the point. I still have to buy a bit of electricity. Actually, this year, I have bought no electricity since the end of March. I was just checking. I'm going to have to do something because... Sorry, darling. Off you get. Cat's on my lap. Can you jump off on me? She don't want to go, look. I've got to do something somewhere. Can I put a bit of... I'm going to have to put a bit of paper over that camera like that. There we are. Because otherwise it's going to get wet, and that might save us going in, actually. Oh, that's just going to blow off, isn't it? Is that just going to blow off? Can I put a bit of paper on there somehow to stop the water getting into the electrics? Does that work? Oh, I don't know. I'm no good at this sort of stuff, am I? Just have a little waterproof thing for the camera. I don't know. Right, no, that's coming down heavy now. Oh, we're going to have to move inside very, very quickly. Stay there. Sorry. Someone else would start the show again. We're not going to do that. We carry on. Carry on. Oh, right, here we are in the kitchen. That's better. There we are. Katie, come in here out of that rain. Come on. She don't like the rain anyway, the cat, do they? Some people give cats baths, don't they? Actually give a cat a bath. I don't think my cat would like that. Right, what have I got to do? Let's just straighten this up a bit. And we'll carry on. It's funny, actually. I think since we've gone to 10 minutes... Can you see me all right? It's a bit dark here, isn't it? How's that? Is that any better? No, not really? I know I'm a bit crooked now. I'm crooked now, aren't I? Does it matter? How much does that matter, that I'm crooked? Beg pardon, what do you mean you've always been bent? How rude are you? Well, we'll leave it like that for today, okay? It's funny that a lot of people still just listen to the show, and I think really since we've gone to 10 minutes, the show has now become, I think you'll agree, more visual. I know I'm crooked. That's annoying me. That is. Just a minute. I'm all crooked. There we are. Is that better? Less crooked now. And the light's all wrong in here as well, isn't it? Because I didn't expect it was going to rain. It is coming down a bit heavy out there now. Never mind. We'll carry on. Yeah, it's interesting that a lot of people just listen to the show, even though it's now become more visual. Now, you know, many times I've like held up photos to the camera, and of course, you know, if I don't describe them, you've got no idea what's on these photos. So I don't know why that is. About half people listen and half just watch. Half watch the show and half listen. So interesting that. Hello once again to the lovely Vicky. Hello Vicky, who says, I've been reading in the Daily Mail and just saw this article about thefts of metal from church roofs in Britain. Thought you might be interested, and I did have a little look at that article, and yes indeed there's an awful lot of churches here in the UK that seem to be having various things nicked from the roof, mainly metals like lead, and in the case of St Margaret's Church, oh there, the cat's inside now, there we are. Up you come darling, there we are. Oh she's gone. St Margaret Clitheroe's Church, just down the road, they had the copper roof stolen. Vicky says people also are stealing supermarket trolleys, and the scumbags have been stealing wheelchair ramps and risk blowing up homes by hacking through gas pipes. They're stealing gas pipes. God's sake, how dangerous is that? Can anyone stop the scrap metal thieves stripping Britain bare? For criminals determined to cash in on the soaring global demand for metal, there are no depths to which they will not stoop in this illicit £800 million a year trade. That's how much they're getting from all your stolen roofs and bits and pieces. Talking of stolen things, it's a bit... You know, it's not funny. Poor old man who comes into Belushi's on Wednesday. I do karaoke at Belushi's in Borough on Wednesday. It's always the busiest, the youngest people in there, the most rowdy people out of all of them. And he had his walking stick stolen. Oh, he was so annoyed, he was. Claude is his name. You know, he's got an average voice, but he comes in and has a good night. And someone stole his walking stick. Isn't that awful? Hello to Alan, who writes via YouTube on the subject of how many times you get up at night to go to the toilet. Do you remember I mentioned this in yesterday's show? Because I usually get up once, maybe twice. Alan is 68 years old, and he gets up about 4 or 5 times a night. He says, I wish someone had invented a hosepipe that goes to the toilet so you don't have to get out of bed each time. Now, it's funny you should say that, actually, because, thank you, Alan, I appreciate the email. I have often thought that. Why hasn't someone invented, like, I don't know, some sort of attachment that you attach it to, do you know what I mean, while you're in bed, okay? And then if you want to go to the toilet, you just go. And it goes down the pipe and into the toilet, or maybe you can hang the hose pipe out the window. That might work better. But yeah, I see where you're coming from there. Why hasn't someone invented something like that, an attachment, not like a pad? You know, because let's be honest, no one wants to wake up and there's a damp pad attached to them because they've let themselves go on it. But a tube that would take it away. A tube attached to your bits that would take it away. I suppose, I mean, I don't know if it would go down automatically. You might need some sort of little fan on the other end, or some sort of, like a very light vacuum effect to remove the liquid. Would that work? Someone needs to invent that, don't they? Thank you, Alan. Hello to Charlie. Hello, Charlie, from Charlie Hides TV, who says, "Hi, Chris. Thanks for the Through the Keyhole glimpse at your domestic side." Now, this, of course, was the cookery show we done on, was it Tuesday? On Tuesday this week, showing you how to make chili con carne. By the way, if you ever miss any of the shows, very simple. Go to unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk and you can see all the old shows there. That's where they go up. unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Going back now 5.5 years, okay? Thanks for the through the keyhole glimpse at your domestic side. Watch out, Jamie. Chef Chris needs a cookery show. Well, you know, if you I tell you what, if you send me in some vegetarian recipes, I will try them. How's that, eh? Send in your vegetarian recipes and I will try them in the kitchens here of Chris Reardon. Sean says, and these are all on the subject of the cookery show, "Don't worry, be happy, don't cry, Chris Reardon. I saw you crying, you saw me crying when I was cutting the onions. I have a good tip for cutting onions. Wear goggles and chop them in water." Hope that helps. We'll try that next time, Sean. I shall have some goggles standing by, don't you worry. Stella. Hello, Stella, who used to come to our Monday night 70s and 80s night. We used to do it at the Black Cap in Camden in London in the 80s and 90s. Who wrote, "Fanny Craddock is turning in her grave." I'm sure she... Did she die, Fanny Craddock? I can't remember. Apparently she wasn't a very nice person to work with. She was used to shout at people a lot and all that. Hello to Robin, who I'm working with on Thursday and Friday this week, actually. Robin wrote, "Eat your heart out, Delia Smith." Yes, indeed. Delia, move aside. Chris Reardon is on the way. And again, John Lauder, hello John, who's in Ealing in London, writes, "Watch out, Delia." Yeah, watch out, Delia. I'm on the way. Another one here from Sean, who says, "I think I might have been able to smell your Quorn chili con carne from Ipswich in Suffolk, where he is." What, my fat, was the wind blowing that way? Could you actually smell my cooking? And Bobby, who's in Borough in London, one of the bar staff actually at Belush's, wrote, "I lived on Quorn for years. Keep it up." Oh, I have every intention of keeping it up. Don't worry about that. Joe, who's in Sydney, Australia, writes, "I'll send you some recipes. Do you like mushrooms?" Yes, mushrooms are very cool. I do like do you know what I like? Wild mushroom soup. Oh, that's delicious. New Covent Garden Soup Company make that. It comes in a packet. Bit expensive, but really nice. Wild mushroom soup. Yep, lovely. Another one here from Alan, who says, "What I could not see in the garden the other day was cut out pieces from the peppers you used in your chili con carne yesterday." Alan, or on Tuesday rather. Alan, I have to admit to you, I did not grow the peppers. I bought them from Sainsbury's. I actually tried to grow peppers last year and they didn't get very big. I don't think we've got a very long growing season here, or else maybe... Alan, you're 68. Are you a gardener, I wonder? Do you have a garden and you do bits and pieces? I'd like to know that. Do let us know if you do. The email address to the show is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. But I did try and do peppers last year and they didn't get very big. They only got so big and then it started getting cold. So my guess is you've got to start them off, certainly here in the UK, in a greenhouse or something like that, because we just run out of time, you know. We run out of time to grow the things. And finally today, Ross Patsiart writes, "It's Gordon Ramsay." No, it certainly is. There's no swearing from me, Ross. Do you ever hear me swearing on the show? No. He also wrote, "Send me some over of your chili, mate, but it must have meat." Oh, Ross, why does it have to have meat? How can you eat something with a little face? How do you do it? I don't know how you do it. Even, you know, big animals like cows and sheep. Have you ever looked at those sad old eyes on a sheep or a cow? Such gentle creatures. How many people have been killed by cows? Eh? Or sheep, come to that. How, you know, they've got such sensitive little faces. How, Ross, can you eat something with a little face? Anyway, that's it from the show today. As always, thanks for watching and listening. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Chris Reardon. Or you can watch the show by going direct to the main site, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. And don't forget, do send in an email as well, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Just one more little thing that we're doing for... Here we are. Where is he? There he is. Young Sean again. Young Sean wrote this in yesterday. He said... Where was your kind and friendly wink at the end of the show yesterday? Before you put in the show closer. Oh no, I'm sorry, Sean. So especially for Sean, see you on the next show. Bye-bye.